What's up, Random Phantom? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Christmas is coming right around the corner, and with that in mind, today I'm getting into my Blu-ray and DVD Christmas movie collection, and I thought I'd go around and share my thoughts and share what I own from this collection, and possibly, maybe, just maybe, it'll give a recommendation for you guys to possibly add to your Christmas movie watching or tradition. Now let's get into my collection of Christmas movies on DVD and Blu-ray. And so up first is A Christmas Story. I didn't grow up with this one, sadly, but it is definitely a nice watch. It's not my most favorite. I know this is a lot of people's favorite Christmas movie, but for me, it's just eh. But it is fun to watch every Christmas. And I do kind of regret not growing up with this and not getting this till literally 3-4 years ago. But it is a nice addition, so I know a lot of people love this movie. So that's A Christmas Story. And then up next is a family favorite of ours. The Holiday Double Feature of Veggie Tales, The Star of Christmas, and The Toy That Saved Christmas. This is one of those ones that me and my family grew up with and watched every Christmas, and gotta love. Probably my favorite of these two is probably The Toy That Saved Christmas, even though The Star of Christmas is pretty good too. But yeah, Veggie Tales, it's a nice once in every year kind of tradition. So, and then we have another one that's a personal favorite of our families, is the Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. It's actually not too bad. It's got some great songs. The animation is great. They bring back all the original voices and whatever. It's actually really, really good. So I actually kind of recommend this. If you're looking for, maybe a Christmas movie for your kids to watch and something new, if you've never heard of it. And then we have The Nativity Story. This one's actually a pretty new one. It stars Oscar Isaacs as Joseph. It's actually pretty good. It's, out of millions of other, movies that have been made about this, but yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good, so recommend that. Obviously, I recommend all these because they're in my collection, but, it depends on the person, I guess. But the 1990s version of the Nutcracker, always watch this at my Nana's house during Christmas, and it stars Macaulay Culkin as the Nutcracker, and when he was getting all popular and all that. So it's actually a kind of a fun watch. And then we have Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis. This one's a personal favorite of mine. Yeah, it gets kind of corny and tacky at times, but there's quite a few dramatic moments that kind of make me tear up a little bit. But it's actually really entertaining. Got Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis. Pretty fun. And then we have another one, Disney's Mickey's Christmas Carol. Grew up this one on VHS. My mom's dad recorded this on VHS when it was on TV, and we watched it so many times, and then there's a few years where we lost the VHS, and I was going through Christmas movies and looking on Amazon and all that, and I found this. It was really cool, so got this because a lot of nostalgia here. It's actually really good. Very good. And then we have The Nightmare Before Christmas, I should say. A lot of people don't consider this a Christmas movie. More Halloween is. It's actually, some people do kind of consider it Christmas, but I actually kind of consider it both, but mostly a Christmas movie. It's got some nice animation, some great songs. I know a lot of people really, really like this movie, and yeah, it's pretty good. And then Jingle All The Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not a big fan of this one, but I know there's some people that absolutely adore this one, and it's a fun time. It's a nice one-time watch every year with Christmas time. So yeah, Jingle All The Way. And then we have a very, very personal favorite of mine, Jack Frost, with Michael Keaton. It's really, really good. It's about a dad who is in a band named Jack Frost, and he's in a car accident, passes away, and then a year later, his kid wishes he still had his father, and the father comes back as the snowman. There's a few times where there's like a sequence in here that is just badly dated and whatever, but besides that, it's a fantastic movie. A fantastic movie. I actually really, really like this one, so I really highly recommend this one. And then we have Scrooged, another favorite of mine, Bill Murray. Basically, it's a Christmas Carol, but set in modern times as a TV show, and it's kind of interesting. Like, some of the effects are pretty great for the 80s, and Bill Murray's monologue at the end is pretty great, so I really like this one. And then up next is the Santa Claus 2. Tim Allen again. He's been in actually quite a few Christmas movies, if I think about it. But the Santa Claus 2, not as good as the first, but it is surprisingly good in my opinion. The second one. This one is, I don't know the third one, but the second one, there's like, I would definitely say the big negative to this is one of the reindeer, a bit flagellant and all that kind of stuff. But it's for kids and whatever. But besides that, it's pretty good. It's actually a lot better than a lot of people make it out to be. But yeah. And then we have Gremlins. A lot of people don't really consider this. I consider it a Christmas movie. It's kind of a fun movie. Steven Spielberg and Joe Dante, definitely one of those movies that, like, is iconic. And then we have The Polar Express. I actually saw this movie in theaters when it came out. And I remember our grandmother taking us to see this, and like this whole movie, it took me about maybe 20-30 minutes, because motion capture, I should say, it was really something back in the day, and it was new to me, and I had never known about it. I'd never seen Lord of the Rings at all, but this was like, I believe, like the first fully rendered motion capture movie, and it took me a while to figure out, was this live action or was this animated? And about 30 minutes in, I was like, oh, this is animated, but man, does it look amazing. Like, I still have faint memories of seeing that in theaters. And then we have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with Steve Martin and John Candy. John Candy is a treasure, and sad he passed away too soon. But Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I know a lot of people consider this like a Thanksgiving movie, but I don't know. I would say it's both a Thanksgiving and a Christmas movie. It's a holiday movie, you can watch it anytime between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's really fun. It's a really funny movie about two guys going across the country to get to their destination because their flights are canceled and all that. So yeah. And then we have National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. This one's actually really, really funny. There's a lot of great moments. It's definitely one of those movies that really gets you in the feels, and has some great comedy, and it's a nice addition to the tradition of Christmas movies. And then we have The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the one with Jim Carrey. I love this movie. Jim Carrey is fantastic as always. Some of his best improv, and I know a lot of people actually enjoy the cartoon more. Actually, I've never seen the cartoon fully in its whole length, which I think I'm going to try to change that this year. But The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, this one, I absolutely really, really love. I know it's like a big Christmas tradition for the Grinch, and so yeah. And then we have the Santa Claus, the first one with Tim Allen. This one is fantastic. It is great. I absolutely love the fact that you get Tim Allen gaining weight and whatever. I believe he actually did kind of actually in real life gained weight for the film, and yeah. But seeing that transition from him being shaven to being unshaven with that scene is boggles my mind still to this day, like how they did that for the 90s. So Santa Claus, really good movie about Tim Allen being discovering Santa Claus on his roof and accidentally kills him, and he becomes Santa Claus. And then we have, well, you guys see him right behind me, Elf. It's kind of funny. You see him right there, and then you see the exact poster. It's kind of funny. Elf, yeah, really love this movie. Will Ferrell is a treasure in this. It's probably one of his best movies, if not even his best films too. Such a Christmas classic. I like to whisper too. So many great lines. But yeah, Buddy the Elf thinking he's a real elf when he discovers he's actually human, and so he goes to New York to find his real dad. And then we have the Home Alone triple feature collection: Home Alone 1, 2, and 3. We don't talk about 4 and 5. Wow, voice crack. And then we don't even talk about the Disney Plus one that was just released in like the last couple of weeks. But Home Alone 1 and 2, really good. Home Alone 3 is kind of a guilty pleasure on my side of the family's. And it's actually pretty fun. If you have never seen Home Alone 3, watch it. It's actually not too bad. It's got actually stars a young Scarlett Johansson, which is kind of cool. And then we have A Miracle on 34th Street, the original. I've never seen like the TV version or the like remake from the 90s. But Miracle on 34th Street, a great courtroom drama about proving that there really is a Santa Claus and whatever. And man, this is definitely a fantastic addition to the Christmas collection. But what I love about this DVD is it has both the colorized and the black and white. And it's like, I don't know which I prefer, because I usually prefer seeing movies in black and white, but not in color for older movies. But this, when it's colored, it's actually not too bad. It doesn't look too bad in color, which is actually really interesting. So, yeah. And then we have It's a Wonderful Life, one of the best Christmas movies ever. Definitely really love this movie. It's so good. It's so good. Got James Stewart, one of my favorite actors, about a man who is in a crisis and wishes he hadn't been born, and that goes with the storyline of him discovering who he really is and all that. It's really good. This actually has a both colorized and black and white version, and I don't think I've ever seen the colorized version of this yet, so I had to change that this year. And then second to last, Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. Love this movie. I heard it was like the predecessor to another movie that is coming up, but the Holiday Inn, I didn't see this movie till maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Became an ultimate favorite. It's probably my one of my top 3 or 4 favorite Christmas movies. Definitely, definitely one of those movies that you really have to add on and watch. And this also has both the original black and white version and the colorized version, which is actually really cool. I actually really like that addition. So you have the option of seeing it both black and white and color. It's really neat. And then last but not least is my favorite Christmas movie ever, White Christmas, with Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, Rosemary Clooney, and Vera Ellen. Like, it is such a fantastic film. It really is. There's so many great songs, kind of like Count Your Blessings Instead of Sheep, White Christmas, Bluebirds. Yeah. It's such a fantastic film. Like I remember we used to watch this almost every day leading up to Christmas. Sometimes twice a day. It'd be like one of those movies that we would just watch every day leading up to Christmas, because Christmas is a big thing in our family. It really is, and I absolutely love this movie. But of the movies that I have yet to own, there's one movie that I just wish, I know I won't be able to ever own because it's a Netflix film, but it's Klaus. I highly recommend Klaus from Netflix, a Netflix animated film. When it came out, I absolutely fell in love with it instantly. This movie is just beautiful from beginning to end. Like I could talk about this movie so much. If you have Netflix, please think about going to and seeing it, because I highly recommend this movie. It's become a traditional favorite of mine ever since I saw it a few years ago when it first came out. I think it was like 2019 actually. But man, it is so good. I could it could take me a lot to shut up about it. So it really, really could. I absolutely adore Klaus. It really, really is. But yeah, anyways, guys, that was my DVD collection to the Christmas collection of mine of every Christmas movie I own. I really appreciate you guys coming by and watching this video. Just want to say to those who are new here, you can go ahead and check out my channel for other videos like this, as well as top 10s, movie reviews, even trailer reactions and video reactions as well. If you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate you. If you are new to subscribing, please do not forget to click the bell to get notified of future videos. I have a Patreon if you'd like to support me over there. I give early access to videos and all that kind of stuff. I have a Twitter where you can follow me. I give updates to the vids as well as me talking about my favorite movie news. And I have a Discord that you can join and interact with me and a bunch of other people. So just want to say one last time, I appreciate you all. You all have a Merry Christmas.